Hey guys, Bug Out Beck here. Alright, so the situation is ran out of gas in a fairly desolate area, pretty hot, needing to find basically a way to get this resolved. And in a survival situation, major or minor, it's always good to make sure you first remain calm. So what you typically want to do in this situation would be what's called the STOP technique, Situation, Threat, Observation, Plan. And as far as the plan, well, typically I would make a plan for survival, but I figured this is a perfect time to show you guys my car bug out bag. Alright guys, so as you know, my whole thing is always to be prepared. So part of being prepared is to not only have some kind of a bug out bag or go bag in your house, but the majority of Americans especially, majority of people, period, we spend a ton of time in our car. So if you're going to be prepared in your house, why wouldn't you also be prepared in your vehicle where you spend a huge amount of time? So as you guys know, you've seen my review on my house bag. Well, this is going to be a review on my car bag. Now, my car bag is a little bit more condensed than the house bag, simply because while I'm on the road, there's only certain things that I may need, and it's a little bit less likely that I'll have some kind of an issue. But just to kind of show some information, so we'll go ahead and kind of go into it. First thing I have in here is a very large, I would still call it a tarp. It's a really heavy water-resistant cloth material. Ended up getting this free with the purchase of, I think, a mattress or something. So this was like a waterproof kind of protector for it. So I figured, hey, throw it in the bag. You never know, it could come in handy for shelter. I can use it to make a solar still, anything like that. So definitely keep that in the car. Let's start with the outside stuff here. There's not a whole lot on this one. Of course, you need to have water. Always need to stay hydrated. So I have this gigantic 32 ounce, okay, maybe not gigantic, but 32 ounce water bottle. This particular one, this is, like I said, this is just something that I keep in my car bag as a quick go-to thing. Since this one's plastic, BPA free and all that good stuff, but I'm not going to be able to boil anything directly in this. So that's going to be simply for hydration. Got a carabiner, just if I want to clip some stuff. Sunglass case. This is just a quick access nightlight. Essentially, it's a flashlight type device, and you can click it a few times, and there's a regular setting and an emergency signal setting. Of course, I've got my Gerber Prodigy. Always good to have a good survival knife. You guys have already seen the reviews on that. If you haven't, make sure you check them out. Alright, and as far as this outer pouch, this is something just for quick access. This is a nifty little pouch I've got in the front little pocket here. Just some basic, this actually came in like a little survival kit that I got before. They're just little trinkets, but I figure I might as well keep them because you never know. They've got some weatherproof matches, some electrical tape, some sewing supplies. Stuff that I'm probably not going to use on a often basis, but I just keep them in this little pouch here. Open up this front compartment. I've got my water purification tablets. Obviously you want to boil your water, but if you're just want to be 100% sure, little iodine water purification tablets will never hurt. This also came in that little survival kit. This is just a match holder for windproof and I believe waterproof matches. It also has some kind of like twine in the inside, so always good to have multiple ways to start fire. I've also gotten here just a quick little pocket knife. Of course, I always keep my EDC knife on me, actually clipped to me, but this is just an additional Smith & Wesson Tonto style with serration. So always good just to have backups. Other than that, I'm still adding stuff here. I've got a just an Allen wrench because I've noticed a lot of different survival tools or even firearms, other things like that will use the Allen wrenches. So that's the outer compartment. Here into this little inner compartment. Of course, you need to have a good heavy-duty flashlight. This one is a 300 lumen flashlight. I recently got for my house bag a 1600 lumen, which I really like, but I mean, honestly, this is going to be sufficient if I'm just broken down on the side of the road or just trying to find my way in the dark, so that's plenty sufficient. This is just a fairly affordable but still durable multi-tool by Stanley, so it's actually decent quality. But it's got your saws, your knives, your can openers, your screwdrivers, pliers, so I like to have multi-tools. just makes them easier. And then of course I've got my little Mylar blankets, because even though it is Florida, there are times it can still get chilly, so it's always a good idea to have some kind of heat source, heat retention, so I have the Mylar blankets there as well. So that does it for this little bag. Like I said, this is still something that's a little bit of a work in progress. I'm still adding information and still adding things to it as time goes on, but let's go ahead and get into the smaller compartment. Alright, so getting into the front compartment here, we got my military sighting compass. Very basic, but I mean it's basic as far as a military sighting compass, so it's good just to find my direction. Of course, you guys should have seen my flyers on how you can still find your way without a compass, but once again, be prepared, right? Alright, gloves. You know me, I like gloves. I don't understand why some people do certain jobs without gloves. So these are my mechanics, and you know, they just match the bag. Good quality. I'm actually supposed to be doing another review for them specifically here in the near future, whenever they decide to send me the gloves. Bandana. Not quite 1,001 uses as duct tape, but there's still, you can use it as a water filter. You can wet it and put it on your head for to cool yourself down. Get dust out of your mouth, so there's a ton of uses for bandana. Always a good idea to have that. Free twine from IKEA, just because you can always find uses for twine. Signal mirror, so this would definitely be something good to, I honestly haven't taken it out yet, but it's in an area where maybe there's something overhead that can spot you, or maybe even somebody in the distance, so that's a good way to get saved. Handy dandy eating tool. You got your fork, knife, spoon, can opener, so it just makes it a little bit more simple for if you have to eat, you have survival food that requires those kind of utensils. These I mostly just got because they were on clearance at Target, and you never know when you might need them. It's strength tape, so it's basically just kind of compression tape. If you got shoulder problem, ankle problem, which I can sometimes have those issues depending on the types of activities I've been doing. Once again, this is just a little cheap thing that I got. I'm using this currently to carry some medicine. I got it basically for free with something I was already buying, so I figured I'll throw it in this bag. Got a compress instant cold pack. So you injure yourself, need to get some kind of ice on the go. You just shake this up, break it up, put it on where you're hurt, and then there you go. We've got more Mylar bags, just because you never know. I've got a RIFD wallet, in case I need to put something in there. Be prepared, right? This is a quick little carabiner of more hex keys, Allen wrenches, because like I said, there's times that I've just noticed that I've needed an Allen wrench, so the wife actually ended up finding this at the hardware store, and very nice little compact thing for Allen wrenches. And electrical tape. Several things of electrical tape, especially in a vehicle. You know, sometimes your breakdown could just be something simple that's electrical, and so you might need some just electrical tools. All right. And lastly, I do have a couple rounds of ammo, just because if I have my sidearm on me at the time and I need to have backup ammo, then there you go, it's right there in my bag. Got another eating utensil, something cheap just from Target. I've got a light that I can clip on to my hat, and it has the emergency signals as well. It gives me kind of a hands-free option there. I've got just little plastic twisty ties, kind of goes along with the, or rubber twisty ties I should say, goes along with the electrical part just in case I need to clip anything together. On this side I have a little mini crowbar, just because I started thinking to myself, there's times where you may need to pry something open or pry into something. There's instances where you might need some type of a pry device, and now you can go and you can get a specific knife that's designed for prying, and you're going to pay, you know, up in the $100 to $200 range. I paid $5 for this, and it does the same job. I have a knife that I use as a knife, and that's what I use my knife for. So if I need to pry something open, that's why I have the crowbar. Into this compartment, I have a portable knife sharpener, because I like to keep my knife sharp, obviously. And then this one also has for serrated knives. It has the little bar there. I have AA batteries, self-explanatory, and then I have a military style can opener. Alright, so now getting into the main compartment. By the way, I thought this was kind of nifty. I had got this made by, I had ordered something, and this is just a nice little clip-on paracord. I don't know, it's a neat design, but it can also be useful. I thought it was kind of cool. Alright, so obviously if you're in a vehicle, one of the smartest things to have, which I don't see a lot of people talk about having in any of their bug out bags, are going to be maps. So I have a state map for my state I'm in, and then also if I'm happen to be traveling further and I get lost, the eastern United States, since I'm generally in that area. So why somebody wouldn't have maps, I have no idea. Alright. My little EDC, so if I have to go hike somewhere, get gas or whatnot, I'll strap this on just to have some kind of things on the go. So just kind of some randoms but usefuls. I've got super glue, I've got a Sharpie, I've got a pen style screwdriver with many different bits. I've got a felt pen. In the back here I have gauze, sterile pads. I have a wee little pocket knife. I'll still have my EDC knife on me, but in case that gets lost or something, I don't know. I've got gloves in case I need to do anything medical related, and then I have a few more rounds of ammo. Once again, be prepared. Going over to this side, I've got here just a few band-aids, a mask, in case I need to do anything where I want to keep either blood or even just dirt or whatnot out of my mouth. So I've got that. And this side I've got some spare contacts because I wear contacts, and if mine fall out or whatnot and I don't have my glasses on me at the time, I want to make sure that I can still see. So I have contacts. I've also got some batteries down in there. And then, although I know everybody is obsessed right now with the magnesium fire strikers, which I do have in this bag as you'll see, but I have a good old-fashioned Bic lighter as well because honestly I want to make it as easy as possible for me. And then I've just got some additional Allen wrenches in there. Alright, moving on. This is my medical kit, and honestly it's not much different than my other medical kit, so I'm not going to go into a whole huge deal about that. But I've got, you know, different types of medical first aid supplies in there that you may need along the way. This is also another little freebie. I love freebies. You know, call me a pack rat, but you can always find a use for something that you get. So I got this by buying, I believe, a jacket or something. So it's a cool little, fairly water resistant, not waterproof pouch. And so I keep different things in here. I have my fire starter stuff. So I've got my magnesium strikers. I've got different types of tinder. Alright. I've got yet another little cheesy survival thing that I got for free, but hey, you know what? I'm sure I can find some use for it. So it's got a little emergency whistle. It's got a decent compass. That'll work. I'll still trust my other compass a little bit better, but it works. Screw off this part and you have a little hidden compartment. I don't have anything in there, but I could put stuff. And once again, I have a mirror, so I could still find a way to do a signal if I needed to. So be prepared. I've got other little backup gloves. These are just very basic if I need some kind of a fingerless glove, but I still need to protect my palms. These are nice leather gloves. I've got shot wipes. I don't know why, but you never know. I can find some kind of a use for them. Maybe even with the chemicals, I can find some kind of chemical reaction to start a fire if I needed to. And then also, lastly in here, I have a reusable glow stick. Rather than getting those ones you break apart, they last a little bit. They're kind of bright for like the first hour, then they go away. This will last a lot longer, and it's reusable because it runs off batteries. Alright, here I have a horrible looking bundle of clothes, but this has got shirt, pants, underwear, and socks, and I've just wrapped it up with twine. Because you never know when you're going to need some additional kind of a heat source, so it's always good to have some kind of backup clothes, or if yours just happen to get soaked. Alright, I've got additional fire tinder that I have in the wrong place. This particular knife, it's more of a novelty knife, but it is actually decent. I got this as a gift from my father-in-law. So, I mean, I wouldn't trust this knife with my life, but you know what? If you need to skin an animal, knock something out. I've actually started throwing this just for fun as a joke, and it actually worked as a decent throwing knife. I was surprised. So nothing to be too impressed with. Like I said, for my survival knife, I'll trust my Gerber, but this is still just a nice little backup knife to have. You never know, right? Speaking of needing some additional heat, I do have some hand warmers. I got these from like the dollar spot at Target. Food, I've got several different food options. I've got here a 400 kcal low sodium energy bar. I don't really care so much about the sodium part, but good in a bind. I've got some Mountain House rice and chicken, a little freeze-dried, so this is super lightweight, so if I am out and about for a very long time and get hungry, at least I have that. That's got, yeah, about 3 servings in there. And then I probably need to split this up. Honestly, I don't need so much in my bag, but I have my s.o.s emergency food rations. It's kind of like these bars, but there is, I think, 9 in here. So when it comes to food, I mean, trust me, I'm covered. Speaking of knives, wife found these for me, and these are Crush, just little hunting knives. So you have your standard knife with a serration there, and then you've got your gut knife here. I know some people said they don't like knives with the gut hook on it because they say they can do the job without it and this gets snagged on stuff, but that's why I like this comes in this little easy to carry case here, so I don't have to worry about it snagging on anything. Here we have a very easy folded, just some kind of a tote, in case I need to either put dirty clothes in here, I need to put whatever, I need some kind of a tote. This actually comes out and makes about the size of the bag. In fact, I could probably put the bag in this tote if I really needed to, so that compacts really well. Bug spray, pretty self-explanatory, right? Vaseline, this has several different uses, and if your lips are really, really chapped and you need some kind of relief, you can use that. Also, you can use this on fire tinder to make it burn longer. This is a gift I got a long time ago. It's another kind of multi-tool pliers. It's got a screwdriver bit part, and it's got bits on this side, and it's got your knives and saws and this, that, and the other. This is actually an electrician's multi-tool, which is why I keep it in my vehicle bug-out bag. I've got copious amounts of paracord. I love paracord. There's, it's the duct tape of cord, 1001 uses. Got another energy bar. This is alcohol. I won't bother saying what type of alcohol, but I don't have it in here for drinking. I mean, if I really needed to, I could. It is that type, but this is more for if I absolutely have to use it as an antiseptic, if I have to use it as a fuel source, etc., then I have some alcohol. And lastly, I have a bag that can be used for trash, and on the inside I have some spare socks. I've got a poncho, I've got another bigger trash bag, and then I've got a kind of a compression ankle sleeve in case I hurt my ankle. Showed you guys my car bag. As I said, it's always good to be prepared on every scenario because you never know what's going to happen, right? So now it's off to find civilization and get some gas. So as always,